But in Nigeria, everybody's ready to show that, my dear, I'm an accountant. Oh. What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Maybe and I film about faith, family, finance and lifestyle. If you're interested in any of this content, please click the subscribe button, turn on post notifications so you know when I post a new video. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the cultural shocks I've experienced since I moved to South Africa. Ever since I posted my first video of moving to South Africa, I've had lots of requests from people to do this video. And I'm like, okay, I actually need to experience the shocks first before I can tell them. So I'm here to tell you that I've experienced them and I'm bringing all of it your way. If you're new, I'm Nigerian and I moved to South Africa a few months ago to be with my husband that has been here for quite a while. So if you're interested in this content, definitely keep watching. So number one for me would be the weather. Guys, I have no idea, or I had no idea that it could actually be this cold anywhere in Africa. Okay, so in Nigeria, where I come from, the typical weather is the rainy season and the dry season. I have no idea what the northern hemisphere was, the southern hemisphere was. So in South Africa, they actually experience all the four seasons: summer, spring, fall, and winter. It's just that in South Africa, it is flipped. When it is winter in the southern hemisphere, it's summer in the northern hemisphere. So in South Africa, it's currently winter. And guys, it has been so cold. My husband actually told me how cold it can be, and I'm like, everything he says, I'm just like, I beg, how cold can it get? How cold can it get? But since I got into this country, because I came in April, and everybody I met kept saying, oh, you came at the wrong time. Nah, you came at the wrong time. You're gonna be so cold. In my mind, I'm like, God forbid I did not come at the wrong time in Jesus' name. Every time is right for me. Guys, it's actually the wrong time. Like, I've been so cold. And there was one time I visited one of my aunties and I was wearing gloves. Like, I was wearing gloves, I was wearing jacket, I had turtleneck, I had like 2 jeans on. She was just looking at me like, maybe, I know it's actually cold, but it's not so cold. I'm like, hey, it is cold, oh, it is cold. I mean, coming from Nigeria, where the coldest you can get is 25 degrees. In the part of Nigeria where I stayed, Lagos and Oyo State, to a single-digit degree. I'm like, what's going on here? What's going on? You don't even want to know how I dress up in this house. I look like Baba Sue in my own house. But so yeah, that was a shock for me, you know. But I'm getting used to it. I'm getting better by the day. I mean, I'm in the house and I'm wearing this. It means I'm getting better. That I'm doing something right. Oh, I'm getting used to it. Yeah. So. But some days can be extremely cold. I'm like, why? But yeah, so that's been fun, but that was a shock as well. Number 2 for me would be the market system, if I can call it a system. So in Nigeria, where I come from, we have open markets. Like, that's the most common. In every neighborhood, there is a market. So it's like everybody just have their things, what they sell in front of them. You go there and you ask, maybe you want to buy pepper, and you say, okay, how much is the pepper? They tell you the price, and if you're comfortable with it, you pay. If you're not, well, trust me, 99% of the time, nobody's comfortable with the first price they're told. So you argue prices, you go back and forth. You can eventually pay 200 naira for something that was called 500 naira at the beginning. Like, it is that serious. Everybody just comes with their bargaining skills, like, let's do this. But here in South Africa, my dear, I mean, in Johannesburg, where I stay, like I said, this is my experience. We buy everything from the supermarkets. We buy everything from the mall. It's either you're going to Mr. Price Home, Pick and Pay, Checkers, Woolworth. I mean, everything is just sitting pretty on the shelf waiting for you to pick them up with their price tags on them. So you cannot go and meet the cashier to say, please, can I pay 10 rand for this one instead of 15 rand? It's not gonna happen, you know. It's either you're comfortable buying or you're not comfortable buying. And it's just been weird because when I was in Lagos, when I was in Nigeria, Eko is one of the biggest markets in Lagos. I mean, you go there to buy anything and everything. I used to go to Eko at least once every month. I remember when I was dating my husband then, I was just telling him, oh, I'm going to Eko tomorrow. For what? We want to buy jeans, Eko Idumota. We want to buy tops, Eko Idumota. We want to buy anything we want to buy. anything at all, decoration items, equipment, and it's not a struggle life. It's not for the poor. People drive their G-Wagon to the market. This market is worth millions of dollars, if I can actually say. Everybody comes to Lagos, and it's just everybody comes to Eko, and it's just fun how that people are dragging you from the road. Come and buy this. They're shouting, "Don't touch me! I'm not buying! I'm not doing this! Don't touch me!" When they see that you're too aggressive or something, they start to insult you. Are you the finest girl? You're finer girls. Have you not taught boys before? You know, all those funny things. Honestly, I really like that part of my life, but I mean, everybody should experience this soft life once in a while. It's getting so soft that sometimes we don't even have to go to the mall. You know, you just order online and it's delivered to your doorstep in 60 minutes. But the Nigerian in me still wants to see what I want to buy, so most of the time I just prefer to go to the supermarket. Of course, there are open markets in Johannesburg, but I've only been to one. I've been to Ramburg. I've been to Ramburg CBD. Is that what it's called? Yeah. Even there, most of the things are still in the shops and they have price tags. It's just some people that, you know, are outside selling peppers, okras and all of that, selling vegetables and all of that. But then they still have a fixed price. It might just be cheaper than what you would have gotten in the mall, but it's still fixed, so yeah, there's no haggling. It's not fun. Stop shopping. So shopping is not so fun actually. But yeah, that's another culture shock. My number 3 has to do with buying something in the mall. So in South Africa, you actually pay for the nylons. We call them nylons in Nigeria, but they are called plastics in South Africa. And you pay for them. I'm like, why? Why are we paying? I'm like, why are we paying? Why are we paying for nylons? I mean, I do my groceries in Spa when I was in Lagos, and I have tons of nylon. When I get to the cashier to pay and they start packing my stuff, I'm like, you know what, just give me less of these nylons, because I have lots of them in my house. Like, I can never ever run out of nylons. It can never happen. But here, you pay. After you have done your shopping a couple of times, you have a number of these nylons, plastics. The next time you're going shopping, you actually take plastics, so nylons from your house to the shop, so that you don't have to pay for extra plastics, nylons at the mall. And that's just weird for me. I'm like, you know what, come on, why are we paying? These things are free. These things are free. In ShopRite Nigeria, you're begging them, please, enough with your nylons, please, give me less. Number 4 is the water. You actually drink directly from the tap in South Africa, and that is just so amazing. And that is just so amazing. I don't think in my 20-something years of living, I don't think I've ever drank straight from the tap in Nigeria before. No, it doesn't happen. But if you have taps running in your house, I don't think you drink direct. I don't think people drink directly from it. So what is common in, how do we drink water in Nigeria? Okay, so what is common is sachet water, bottled waters, seaway, dispenser waters and all that. So that's what we drink. But even if you are drinking from your tap, you have to like treat it. There's a lot of treatment going into it. You know, you're boiling, you're doing a lot of things. The first day I got here, I wanted to drink water. Auntie asked me to go take water from the tap. I'm like, no, why? No, don't you have table water? Don't you have this? Don't you have dispenser? He was just looking at me. If you know my husband very well, you actually know that, okay, he won't talk too much. He'll just look at you like, okay, when you are ready, when you are thirsty, you take water. I'm like, no, now, how can you be drinking water straight from the tap? What if something is inside? What if something... I've been here how many years? I've been drinking this water. Do you want to take water or not? That's it. I couldn't go 24 hours without drinking water, so I had to take it eventually. And since then, trust me, it's been the most sparkling, tasteless, beautiful water I've ever had in my life. Yeah, that was good. So the next thing on my list is the food, because most of the things here are genetically modified. Some things don't taste the way they should taste. I mean, like carrots. Carrot doesn't taste like carrot to me anymore. Like, I cannot even remember the last time I ate carrot and I'm like, yummy. Like, I can't. The oranges are seedless. Sometimes they're sweet, sometimes they're not, but everything looks like animation. Everything looks beautiful on the outside, but carrots, cucumber, watermelon, pineapple are things that I always eat at least 5 times a week when I was in Nigeria. Every time I'm making a smoothie, I'm making fruit salad, I'm making a bowl of fruit salad, and you know, I really enjoy these things because they taste so good. Since I moved here, I've actually not had watermelon because I just can't find it. Like every time I go to the mall, I'm like, okay, where can I see watermelon? I'm just looking for watermelon. Well, I can't find watermelon. One time I found I think in Checkers, it was sliced into half already, and it was so expensive. I'm like, why? Why is watermelon this expensive? Why is half watermelon this expensive? I'm not even sure if it tastes so good, so I didn't buy it. Is that a shock? Yeah, it is a shock, because yeah, so that's a shock for me, but not a good shock. The next thing on my list is electricity. Gosh, I experienced my first 30 days of uninterrupted power supply in South Africa. 30 whole days without 30 whole days without power outage. That was amazing. Like, it was incredible. I told everybody that cared to listen, I'm like, I've not seen NEPA, because that's what we call it in Nigeria. NEPA has not taken light in 30 days. But it's called ESCOM here. But there's something called load shedding. Load shedding is when, there's going to be power outage, of course. I've heard some complaints here and there from people here. But me, I'm still like, this is good. Because they even tell you when you're going to have the load shedding. They tell you when power is going to go out and when it's going to come back. The highest is 2 hours or 2.5 hours in one day. I'm like, what's wrong with you people? Why are you complaining? I mean, if you're coming from the US or from the UK, from Canada, it can be a shock to you. Like, why is there load shedding? But this girl is grateful. I mean, you don't have to worry about whether there's going to be power outage or not, because there isn't going to be. If they did not tell you beforehand that there is going to be, there isn't going to be. So let's chill. I remember when I first came, the first month I just came, because we use prepaid, T always turns off the light because you pay as you use, right? So when we go out and we just come in, and I'm like, oh, have they taken light? It's like, they have not taken light. Like, can you get used to the fact that they have not taken light? I always ask that question. I'm like, oh, they're taking light. But can you just turn on the light and see that they have not taken it? Like, that's so cool for me. Like, if you're in Nigeria, tell me how it is going with electricity. But trust me, I've had my first share of that. I mean, in Nigeria, we pay for it, but we don't have it. I'm just like, why? Every month they bring the bills. This is the amount of electricity you have consumed this month, and you're like, where, when, how? The way they give us light in Nigeria is based on their feelings. When they're happy today, they give us power. When they're not, they're like, you know what, no power for anybody today. It's just weird, but yeah, that's been really cool for me. Like, really, in Africa. The next thing is that South Africans drive on the left side of the road in South Africa, and that's just, it's not strange, it's just like it takes getting used to. I remember one time one of my aunties came to pick me from the house. We were going somewhere, so she didn't come down from the car. So I was just, rushing to where I thought was the passenger seat. So when I got to the door of what I thought was the passenger seat, she rolled down like, oh, you want to drive? I'm like, no, I'm sorry. She was just laughing like, oh, I'm a Niger. Yeah, so that takes getting used to. I've made that mistake a couple of times as well. So yeah, that happened. The next on my list is the language and the use of words. So there are 2 points in one, so I'm just going to say them at once. South Africans love their languages, and there are so many of them. I think there are 9 languages. When they see you're black, they just speak the language to you. Whether it's Zulu, Afrikaans, or whatever the person is speaking, they just speak it straight to you. And I'm like, and I'm just there, I'm just smiling. Then when they finish, I'm like, I don't understand. And it's so beautiful to see that people just love to speak their language. And I don't think it's the same way where I come from. I'm not even going to lie. Like in Nigeria, there are legit some Yoruba families where their children don't speak Yoruba. Like, you don't speak Yoruba, they don't understand Yoruba. And I don't think it happens like that in this place. People don't know how to speak their language in my country. I remember when I was in the university, we had this language department in the Faculty of Arts where all the languages in Nigeria, all the major languages in Nigeria are taught. In the Yoruba department, which was like the most popular in my school, because it was in the southwest, most of the students in that department were white, like Americans, Germans, English people, coming all the way from their country to study Yoruba in Nigeria. And these people understood so well. I mean, they understood what they were teaching them so well that even you, the Yoruba person, will be intimidated. I remember one time, and we don't see it as intimidation, we see it as, oh, you're coming to learn our language. But I remember one time my friends and I were having a deep conversation that, do you know that in few years time, like in 30, 40, 50 years, is these people that would actually be teaching our children, our grandchildren, our language. Like the white people, they are coming now to they are coming now to get the knowledge so that they can sell it to us later. And we didn't feel like it was something to think about. I remember I was just engaged in conversations with the white Yoruba students to say and ask them questions. They answer every question in Yoruba. If you ask them what the time is, maybe the time is 2:30, they will say ago meji koja ogbon iseju. Like, even me, a Yoruba girl, will not tell you the time like that in Yoruba. I can just say ago meji abo, like that's shortcut. Or maybe it's 3:15. They would say ago meta koja iseju meedogun. Like, those things would not naturally come to me as a Yoruba girl. We don't take pride in speaking our language. I actually noticed that. Like I said, I'm very guilty of it. My sister will be talking to me, my siblings will be talking to me in Yoruba, and I'll be like, I don't understand you, please speak English. Like, and this is what parents do to their children as well. Don't speak Yoruba, speak in English. Everybody's speaking English. Everybody's speaking English. They don't even understand their language. But in South Africa, I mean, people love their language. They love, when you're black, they just speak to you the language. But you have to tell them that, oh, okay, sorry, I actually don't understand, which I think is a good thing. Some people don't think it is, but I actually think it's a good thing. I mean, it just shows how rich the culture is, and yeah, that's really nice for me. That's good for me, and I'm actually hoping to learn one of the languages, maybe Zulu. My husband speaks a little bit of Zulu, so yeah, I might actually learn Zulu. I'll let you know how that goes. One of my big brothers here, shout out to Brother, told me, he was giving me tips on how to live in this country. So one of the things he mentioned was that you're going to get into conversations with South Africans, and they are going to like say some things that you would be like, okay, what's that? But I want you to know that they don't mean it the way you think they mean it. So number one is the use of must, the word must. South Africans will mostly say, you must come visit me. They don't mean that you must come, like if you don't come, something will happen. No, they're just trying to say, you should actually come visit, or yeah, you can come visit. But instead of saying should or can, they say must. You must come. You must. So, and I'm like, oh, that's fine. Not long after, I was in church, so I was being introduced to a lady, and she was like, oh, nice to meet you, and all of that. Then the next thing is, you must tell me your age. You must tell me your age. I'm like, I must tell you my age? Why? Then I remember, now I get where you're coming from. I should tell you, right? Oh yeah, you must tell me. You must tell me. But it's weird for me. Like, you must go. You must come visit. You must. I'm like, just say should or say can. Don't say must. But yeah, it's just what it is. It's just what they say. Then another thing is buses. What we call buses in Nigeria, they call them taxis in South Africa. And I'm wondering, why is a big bus called a taxi? Taxis are small cars. Then, like I said earlier, nylons are plastics. In Nigeria, plastics are buckets where you put water, where you fetch water, where you store water. Those are plastics. So plastic in South Africa are the nylons. And so many other things I can't remember. Next on my list is security. So because I was coming to meet somebody that has been living in the country for a very long time, I actually did not bother to do a whole lot of research. When I knew I was going to be moving to South Africa, what I did was just, go on YouTube and just familiarize myself with the culture, the way they speak. Then I took my time to go through the history of the country, all of those other things. But I did not really do like an in-depth research, like what I would have done if I was relocating to a whole new country where none of my family members have been before, right? So when I got here, I realized that the security issue was actually something. It was not something that you could not notice. Like almost every house has an electric fence. Even in the car parks, you have extra guards that come to you to, ask you if they can help you look after your cars, because parking your car at the car park does not mean it's secure. They even tell you can see clearly that cars are parked at owner's risk. So there are boys in the garage that come to you to say, oh, do you want me to look after your car for you? There is something they are called, I can't remember right now, I'm going to put it on the screen. You pay them an extra something for that. So I actually met somebody that has two iPhones. One is a taser and one is the real phone. He has this so that when he's being robbed, maybe in the car park or anywhere, he could just use that on the person who's on the floor, and he drives off or he zooms off. And this is like a usual common practice. Everybody is very security conscious. Everybody is willing to pay an extra something for security. Everybody's just on guard, on alert. And I'm like, okay. I've never been in so much firearm conversation in my life like I've been in this place. Like, I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah. Owning a gun or having a gun is not a big deal. All you need to present is, a proof of employment, proof of residence, and an ID. And your reason would be self-defense. You need it to protect yourself, and you're fine. Like, you have a right to own a gun. And it's just really something, yeah. I actually did not think about it before I got here. Last cultural shock, or the last shock on my list, is the beauty of this country. This country is breathtaking, and I've said it before, and I also have said it before, that every country has its ghetto. Switzerland has a ghetto. The United States of America has ghettos. But this country is beautiful. You'll be doing yourself a great disservice if you have been living in this country for 1 year, 2 years, and you have not seen places. Like, you have just been in your house, in your apartment, in and out. Why? Like, why would anybody want to do that? There are so many attractions: winelands, wildlife, parks, mountains. Oh Lord, I have a whole list. I have a whole list of places I want to visit, of places I have to go to. This country is beautiful. Sometimes I see some places, and sometimes I just pinch myself like, okay, we're actually still in Africa. It's so beautiful. Why don't they show these places on white media? Like, these are the places white media should actually showcase to the world. Like, there is beauty in this continent. God. Another really beautiful thing I like about South Africa is there are trees everywhere. Like, I stay in Johannesburg, but there are trees everywhere. It's like trees being in Lagos, but we don't have that. I remember my boss and I used to make a comment, like when we are driving through Ikoyi. That's pretty much where you have trees. That's pretty much where you have trees in Lagos. And like, can you just feel the wealth in this neighborhood? Like, can you feel the wealth in this area? But that is what it is in South Africa. It means there is wealth everywhere, because there are trees everywhere. Everywhere is green. Oh gosh, I love it. I love. This country is beautiful. It's a shocker. Sometimes I'm like, we're in Africa. Like, we are actually in Africa. That's just so beautiful. There's so many places to see. There's so many places to see. I have a whole list. If you want me to share my list with you of places to visit, even if you're coming to visit or you're coming to live in South Africa, let me know in the comment section, and give this video a thumbs up. If this video does very well, I'll do a whole video of my list of the places I plan to visit in this country. Over time, of course, I'm not going to do them at once, and of course there are new places coming up every day. But yeah, so let me know how to do videos once in a while about how it is going living in South Africa for me. So if you want me to do that as well, give this video a thumbs up. If this video does very well, gosh, I'm going to do so much of South African content. So please, you can help this video to do well by giving it a thumbs up and comment down below. I mean, yeah, it helps YouTube to just make the video travel round and more people can see it. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you watched this far, please comment TM in the comment section. I'm going to put the spelling below. So I want you to write TEEM in the comment section. When I say that you write that, then I know that you watched to the end. And if you actually stayed this long, why not just subscribe? Click the subscribe button. It will mean a lot to me. It will help my channel to grow, and I'll just be encouraged to make more content. Thank you so much, guys. Till next time I come your way, I hope that you do well. Take care of yourself, and bye.